7th of June, 20 to 7, and you do an update video. So before I get in the shed, I'll just play the clip with the usage from last month. So 30 days worth of usage from the miniature substandard Powerwall, and that's slowing me down a bit. I drilled my finger, and I can't do sort of fiddly tasks because I got no feeling in the end. But we have over the past 30 days taken in 1467 amp hours of solar and used 1482 amp hours of power at 24 volts. So the little wall is holding up. I expected to have some more problems up to date, but none have arisen, so we're going to keep running with it. Going into the shed now, you can see we've had a good tidy up, and there's a few things going on, a few things missing, especially over here, and a lot of tidying going on. Right, so step number one is that thing is going in the corner here, so I'm in the process of playing about with that. Secondly, I've started removing and testing cells. Thirdly, I haven't reset the data, we're letting it carry on. As you can see, up to 1777 amp hours of load. Now that does not distinguish between solar that comes through and into the battery, or solar it just bypasses the top of the batteries and goes straight to load. That is SBMS territory. So I need to apologise to Dacian. I have popped his brainchild. Yes, my negligence, coupled with being an electrician and being completely ignorant of some instructions. There is a page on the manual that shows there should be a certain cabling resistance between that and the inverter, and also I thought I'd get away with, I didn't think, I just did, but I thought a 600 watt inverter on the SBMS wouldn't damage it, but it has. So I've got a quick fix to try, and I'll be doing that as soon as I get round to it, whereby we cover a pin and it will allow the solar side to charge and keep it running, except for the load pin. Load pin won't work. So I've been in contact with a local company, the company that actually supplied me with all my cells, and they said they'll do me a good price to replace the MOSFET, providing and I said I'd like to provide the part and show them which one. So I'll be shortly getting into contact with Dacian to say help, because if I post it away, then it's a risk of loss sort of thing, and risking it twice, posting it there and posting it back. So and we'll see what the price is to repair that. They have the necessary equipment to carry that out, which will get the load pin back in service, this little thing down here. So that's what we want there, that one there, because that way we can run our 12 and 24 volt loads and continue as we were. I'm going to have to splash out some cash to get an inverter which is 24 volt and has the appropriate remote control switch port, which is a bit like that there, but this is another 12 volt inverter, so no good for the 24 volt system. So recommendations on 24 volt inverters which can cope with 28 volts of battery would be great if anyone knows. So I'm very sorry, Dacian, I didn't mean to, but yeah, we'll get it repaired, we'll get it back into service, and then we'll be able to see more precisely what we're using load wise, especially the load that which skims across the top of the batteries, because that's what we're interested in, because the 480 watts of solar panels, got the 280s there, the glass is nice, and the 480s up there, which comes to 480 watts of solar, is still too much for my little tiny battery bank. And whilst we haven't actually got a complete a positive figure on actually the capacity on this around 50 to 60 amp hour, then well, I can't explain. It's coping with what I'm demanding of it in summer. So what we got is basically we got and I know it's ropey, and I'm just playing about trying to get everything together before we develop and put into place a proper system, is a 24 volt to 12 volt converter going out to various 12 volt loads on this. Ignore the wires at the moment because I'm going to show you something. So 24 volts going there, 12 volt comes out of there, goes up to the inverter at 12 volts and powers a laptop and TV, and it's been doing that marvellously. I mean, occasionally I've plugged in table lamps and my Ryobi battery chargers. I mean, I'm not charging my Ryobi dual batteries on site anymore. I just bring them back here to stress test the system. So if it's slightly flat, I'll charge a couple of batteries. It's amazing, and it's working perfectly fine. So we've got too much solar during the day in the summer. UK 480 watt solar panel, 60 amp of battery storage. So what I'm doing is I'm going outside in the morning and I'm going, is it going to be a nice day? And if I'm 90% sure it's going to be a nice day, then what I'll do is I'll just plug in a manual dump load. So from 7-8 o'clock in the morning when I leave till when I get home, it's now about 4 o'clock, I heat up water to use. Story behind this dirty old bucket here is my other tank had a leak, so I took that out of service. So I just put a dirty bucket in here full of water. I'll just probably use this to scrub down the barbecue for this weekend, which is buried up there. The other tank pulls out. It's a stainless steel tank and it's got some nozzles and things on it. Drain valve element was here. Fill valve, fill point was there, overflow was there, and tap was there. But I never had any luck with the tap. The tap was brass and it was bent, so I just glued a plate over there, manually filled it with a small element. It's never going to boil over. I mean, look at that, it's been on all day. Uninsulated, 55.9 degrees. Amazing. I'm getting an echo now, aren't I? So this was the little tank that I was using, covered in polystyrene. We're going to have to upgrade that now. Dirty bucket, can't really wash dishes with. I've got no buckets. So yeah, so I need new tank insulation, some kind of element or elements, some sort of thermometer relay type thing. I've got stuff around here that I can use. Just pop that in. Set it to, I don't know, 60 degrees. It's never ever going to boil up. It's not going to boil over anyway, as it is. And keep it running so any excess power comes on. But what we need to do next is probably would be a better idea. Once we get our over voltage relay or under voltage relay, whatever, is connect that in line with a large relay so that you only come on once the voltage hits a certain threshold. And then if it gets the temperature, it gets the temperature. If it doesn't, then it carries on. That's my reasoning behind it. So this one is just a idea I came up with. Let's just unplug that. I made this last year, and it's just a bit of 40mm pipe with a thing glued on the top, bit of pipe going into the top. There was a pump here, the pump seized though, so that got ripped out. It works perfectly fine without it, and all it's got is a 1mm flex naughty with one of those cheap Chinese immersion heaters running at 12 volts, and it served its purpose. The reason I had the pump is if I had a shallow tank I could pump water over the top of the element, stop it burning. Lukewarm, and just a test. So everything I do is a test. Take everything I do with a pinch of salt, but if I'm doing something deadly wrong, then tell me, because it saves me doing things like that. Nothing else has really happened. Falls out again. Just trying to tidy up really. Nothing's happened around here really. This is still very much in process. I've got another 7 cells charged, ready to be discharged. I haven't finished that yet. I haven't been in here since I put all this together. I'm afraid it's a case of fingers and pies. I've got too many things to do, and a gammy finger, so I just can't get round to things. I drilled my finger 2 weeks ago Friday, trying to make a jig up for a project for YouTube. So it ruined my Friday and my weekend. Got grumpy, sulked, and then got blind drunk. Simple. It didn't hurt after that. So there's things we need to do, and there's things I can't get around to. Fingers and pies. The off-grid water system for the loo is about 35,500 litres in. I can't remember when I first started, when I first put that in. Obviously rainwater storage is here, 500 litres, 100, 180, 200 odd and 200 odd, so whenever it rains, fill up the barrels, flush the loo. I just took the lid off because I think I've got a bad solder joint on one of these relays. Every so often it throws a hiccup. But yeah, so yeah, long-winded update, kind of getting the junkyard tidied. No money, no enthusiasm, to be honest, but it's got to get done one way or another. So I think I've talked myself out, and thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe, comment, rate, and hang on, I'm not done yet. One more question. There's a certain kind of clip that came with a couple of cheap battery drills. It's perfect for what I'm looking for, and I'm looking for about 10, maybe, just for stock, of these little clips that fit on sticky out batteries, for an idea I have. So if anyone knows what these are, I'll be interested in, because I've spent a little while on Alibaba, AliExpress, eBay, Amazon, trying to figure out what these are called. They just go on the little stalk batteries. Yeah, if anyone knows what they are, I'll be interested. Or if they've got a trade name. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, comment, rate, and I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.